The life of an Unsullied sucks. First off, you are born as a slave in Essos, so not a great start. But don't worry, it's about to go from bad to worse. One day, a slaver comes to inspect you. Satisfied with your speed, size, and strength, you are sold to begin training as an Unsullied recruit. At just 5 years old, your training begins. It is a grueling affair. You are outfitted with a plain quilted tunic, a short sword, a shield, and 3 spears. Upon completion of your training, you will be awarded the distinct spiked cap marking you as an Unsullied. In the meantime, you are taught to fight and master your weaponry and are drilled to learn the ancient phalanx formation, a military tactic and fighting style based upon the lockstep legions of the old empire of Gis from thousands of years ago, which allowed them to conquer much of Essos before they were eventually defeated by the Dragon Lords of Old Valyria. Each day, you are given a new degrading name, consisting of a color and a type of lowly creature, like brown flea, black rat, blue toad, or grey worm. At day's end, you relinquish your name and select a new one the following day. The purpose of this is to dehumanize you, strip away your individuality and self-worth. You are reminded that you are nothing more than vermin, less than nothing, not even deserving of a permanent name or identity. The training is an endurance marathon day in, day out, consisting of constant challenges to forge your mind and body into that of an elite Unsullied warrior. Running all day with a full pack, scaling a mountain in the black of night, or walking across a bed of hot coals are just another Tuesday for you. To fall behind or fail at any of these tasks means death. Even forgetting the name you are given at the start of the day earns punishment. 1 out of 3 recruits won't make the cut and are culled from your ranks. For the cruel masters will not stand an undisciplined warrior and will only allow those fit for purpose to rise and become a full Unsullied. As a promising recruit, you are cut, root and stem, both pillar and stones are removed. It is here, in your agony, you are introduced to the Lady of Spears, a goddess worshipped by the Unsullied alone. Upon Snip Snip, your manhood is burned upon her altar. In exchange, her true name is revealed to you. Only those who have sacrificed to the goddess are permitted to know her real name. To outsiders, she is simply referred to as the Bride of Battle, Mother of Hosts, or Lady of Spears. You've even heard whispers around the barracks that even the freed Unsullied who served Daenerys Targaryen have not revealed the name of the goddess to their new queen and mother, despite her breaking their slavery bonds. The purpose of the castration is to ensure obedience. I suppose that the masters believe without the ability to make a family of their own, the Unsullied will remain committed to their masters and the Brotherhood of the Legion, as they are the only things that are left to them now. The masters also determine that once you have imparted from your peas and carrot, there is little else to fear, which in theory leaves the Unsullied utterly without fear. It should be noted that now that you are missing your twig and berries, you will never grow as large or as strong as a whole man. But the masters are of the opinion that the Unsullied have something better than strength. To them, the discipline that is born from the sacrifice that you have experienced ensures absolute obedience and loyalty. So in the masters' eyes, the trade-off is an acceptable one. After being cut, you, along with your fellow recruits, are fed an elixir called the Wine of Courage with each and every meal. Its purpose is to dull pain, and after years of consumption, you are told that you will become almost completely immune to pain, being able to fight through countless injuries, and no amount of torture inflicted upon you will ever cause you to bend or break. For some, the removal of your manhood seems like the worst day of your life, but to the Unsullied and dog lovers everywhere, the day is young. After being cut, you and the boys are gifted a puppy each, and after a year you are required to take out the puppy. Those who fail are slaughtered, and in a bitter irony, they are fed to the surviving dogs. This is yet another test of your loyalty and obedience, designed to further leave you without empathy. Among the Unsullied, this test is widely viewed as the hardest one to pass. However, as awful as this experience is, we're only just getting started, baby. One of your final tasks to win your spiked cap and become an official Unsullied is to journey to the slave markets, find a newborn and game end it before its mother's eyes. You have been taught never to steal and pay for the child's blood with a silver mark, but you don't give it to the mother. Instead, you give it to the slave owner for the loss that you have incurred. The test ensures that all traces of empathy and weakness have been stripped from you. Upon the completion of the horrific tests and training that you have endured, all individuality, empathy, and self-worth have been stripped away. leaving only a well-disciplined warrior without fear who cannot be tempted by coin or flesh. Now that you have passed, you are added to the lockstep legions of the Unsullied. As a full Unsullied, you, along with your legion, will be sold to the highest bidder. In times of peace, you will serve as a bodyguard to your new master. You will protect them with your life if necessary, and they will know the luxury of being able to speak freely in your presence, their secrets completely safe. For if you are captured and tortured, your immunity to pain and discipline will never allow you to reveal their secrets. Alternatively, you might be brought to protect and defend one of the free cities as a garrison of glorified city watchmen, keeping the peace and dispensing the justice of your masters. Should the city be attacked, you are expected to defend it to your last breath. In times of war, you will serve as an elite warrior on the battlefield, formidable and without equal in Essos. The Unsullied's battle prowess is unquestionable. All throughout your training, you have heard legends of the Unsullied's battle might, the most famous example of which was the legendary 3000 of Qohor, who, after the doom of Valyria during the Century of Blood, defended Qohor from a Dothraki Khalasar of 50,000 screamers. The 3000 repelled 18 Dothraki charges and 3 assaults from their archers. And yet, despite the onslaught, the Unsullied did not budge, which resulted in catastrophic losses for the Khalasar. In the aftermath, the enemy Khal, his sons, and all of his blood riders lay among the dead. In total, 12,000 Dothraki were slain, compared to only 2,400 Unsullied. In shame, the remaining Dothraki rode past the Unsullied and cut their braid, throwing them down before their enemy, showing the entire world their shame and that the Unsullied had bested them. You have grown up on this story and many others, and one day you hope to add to the legend of the Unsullied. After years of war and service, if you prove your worth, you will be elevated as an officer of the Unsullied, now donning the 3-spiked helmet which signifies your rank. You are now a leader within your legion and have reached the peak of the Unsullied experience. But as the years dwindle by, you have forgotten whatever family you once had, and all that remains to you is your duty and servitude. And yet, despite the best efforts of your masters and those who trained you, you still yearn for something more. Deep below the surface, you have a desire for companionship, a longing to be close to another, in a way that is more meaningful than anything you can find as part of the Brotherhood of the Unsullied. You have heard tales of free Unsullied who served Daenerys Targaryen, seeking comfort with women, not to lay with them as other whole men do, but to simply be held by them, loved by them. Deep down, you know you desire the same thing. And after a lifetime of abuse, mutilation, and war, you realize something. Despite what you have been taught to believe, you still desire to be free, to be human.